evening. Ooh, the floor's all pop, crack, snap. I guess because the temperature has risen today. We're a whopping 50 some degrees. Feels warmer though after all that minus stuff. But I wanted to show a deck I kind of like. Well, I'll just say I like the idea behind it. I'm not sure about some of the art, the PDF that you can download. I guess I would. She has a bunch of categories. She, as in, this is by the Boyer Creations. I think it's husband and wife, Janet and Ron. It doesn't say that on here, but it says it somewhere. I always find it confusing when companies don't match their email to their .com address. I find that strange, and it throws you off. Sometimes it's even worse than that. They'll sell it on one thing and email you on another, and then PayPal has it as something else, and it's just a disaster. It's like confusing. But if I can show it, can I show it? I think so. The cardstock is horrible. That's the worst. Maybe not the worst. I can't remember that deck. There's one where it's almost paper. This is maybe double notebook paper. That's how bad it is. And it doesn't help that they're kind of big. Well, as you see, these hands are slightly smaller than my hands, the hands that are here on the Lazy Susan. But this is called the Snowland deck. Its microphone's in a weird spot. So the very first card, it almost matches up with tarot, but because it has 4 suits and it has what looks to be like 27 Trump-like cards, but they don't call it that. It's called Oracle. So we'll go with Oracle. There's the first card, which I guess you could see as the Fool. It's called something else, Beginnings or something. Here's what the back of the cards look like. And then I'll pull this off and put it somewhere. There's 4 significator cards. I gotta show those at some point somehow. Okay. I also left out, not that anybody cares really, because why talk of boxes, bags, and books when you're interested in the art on the card, or at least I am. But it does come with a bag that it was in, no box. Kind of, you got a choice of a couple of bags, I believe. Kind of a pillowcase like thing, but it holds the cards. It's pretty sturdy, so that's cool. Let me turn this one around first. This is the Magician, so you can see the tarot kinda theme. And here comes a card called Oracle. And in the PDF, I think I would qualify as one of the people she was trying to say who this deck would be good for. And I had a whole list of things. And one of them was kidults, which is like a kid, a youthful adult. I guess I would qualify as that, given my approach to some of this. Mother Nature, and I swear some of these ladies in here is his wife. I guess that makes sense. You have a convenient model, might as well use them. Here's Commander, and as you can see, there is a closeness here to the tarot, but it's just not called that. Looks like a snowy owl in this one. And one of the things that convinced me to buy it, well, it's overpriced, but that's beside the point, is there's a video on their channel. I forget what the channel's called, Janet Boyer? I don't know. But she interviewed her husband. I guess he's the quiet, artsy type, or an introvert, or whatever artsy people are. And she interviewed him and went over some of the cards and how the art was made. And he had an in-depth way of talking about it, so I kind of like that. Kind of like the vibe they have. They have children, or at least one child, I think. So I like that idea, openness. I think they have another one coming, Coffee Tarot, or maybe it's already available. She has books. I'm not sure I'd go for those. I'm not sure about the Coffee Tarot. I can't remember it now, but I know I looked at it. And just like when I looked at this before, it didn't grab me. I kind of like this hermit here. You don't often see the hermit with a book. Of course, you don't often see the hermit looking like a snowman, but this is Snowland. That was a polar bear, right? Yeah. I like polar bears. The carousel. Got a panda bear on it. And polar bears. And a rabbit. And an Arctic fox. And possibly a caribou. And some other things I can't identify. Yeah, I like that hermit card. And he's not going to the left. He's going to the right. And there's something off in the distance on top of that mountain. That's a nice lantern. Justice. Not much you can do with justice other than make her white, maybe. Inversion. Hanged man. I'm so quick. Impermanence. Oh, the poor snowman's melting. Blue jay appears, and a moose, and a snowman in the cloud. Temperance. That's interesting. They don't all look the same. The women, people. That's good. Chains. Oh, poor puppies. And a goat on a cinder block. And a glove and a pitchfork. And icicles. Okay, that's okay picture. Painting. I think he painted, acrylic, but he had some technique where he bought this already whitened board like stuff at Home Depot and then gessoed it to get it smooth and then painted on that. I thought that was interesting. I enjoyed listening to that part. Some of the other, I don't know. Stars. And the PDF's pretty thorough about each card. I mean, not as much as you would always want to have, thoughts of the artist kind of thing. Moon card's okay. I like that. Nice bluish. The sun. Not sure of that, but at least there's not any nude babies running around, right? Oops. Gotta be careful with these. Calling. He made a snow angel, and he is an angel. Maybe that's their son, daughter, I don't know. I can't remember. The world, a red glove, and a blue glove. I'm sure there's more going on there than I can see. Before we do the minor art, if that's what you want to call it, before we do the 4 suits, I'll show these 4 significator cards, they're called. This one looks like an icicle. Not sure what that is. The book says, though, the PDF. This is a snowflake. That could be a snowball. That's what that is. Snowball. Here comes a snowflake. Not sure about that orangish background. Here comes an ice cube, and not the singer, or rapper, or whatever he calls himself, who turned himself into an actor, I believe, mostly. I don't know. I don't keep up. And I'm going to have trouble remembering the name of these suits. Unless I see something obvious. Mental, maybe. I'm gonna get this wrong, so don't listen to me. We'll just say swords. Air. Is that mental? No. Emotional would be cups, so that's emoting. Material would be pentacles and coins. Wands would be fire and whatever they're calling them in here. I give up. I'm just going to show them. I like the wolves. I'm not sure the number, and the gigantic border at the bottom is at all helpful, but until I actually do my own set of cards and see why this happens a lot, I'm not going to be able to have an informed opinion on why cards are like this. I like this one. If you've ever watched the Olympics, this is that crazy speed racing thing. Short track or something like that it's called. Where it's always people crashing and they have these helmets. They put their hand down, which almost looks like cheating, but if they didn't, I think there'd be more crashing. So that's an interesting one to see. I like when stuff is taken from life like that, instead of, emperors, empress, and kings, queens, all that stuff that doesn't happen anymore. At least not for me. Hey, look. That's Santa Claus. But that's not why I said, hey, look. In the next card, the 8 of whatevers, it's got the guy that's holding up the card there, my little model. He's holding up the window in this card. That's kind of cool. Kind of weird. I'm not sure what to make of that card. The 9. And they talked about the 10 of, I guess, swords or energy, maybe? I don't know. This is a 10. You can see one is hot and one is cold. Kind of like Game of Thrones a little bit. 2 shields on the ground and somebody coming to an agreement about something. Perhaps. This says youth, mental. This would be, I guess, the court cards, the 4 court cards. Youth, quester, nurturer, director. Mental. So this suit is mental. Which I guess makes sense, right? Swords, air, mental. I don't know. Quester, mental. So if I just flip ahead, I'll know what the suit is. Quester looks like a wildling. Nurturer. A mom or grandmother, perhaps. Director. Hot air balloon. Which I'm determined to do in 2018. My one last flying thing I haven't done yet. It's a hot air balloon. Determined, they're near here, so why not do it? Okay, this one's energy. That was mental. Swords. I guess this would be fire, so wands. So this is the suit called Energy in their PDF. Wow, just warming them up with my hand causes the card to bow. That's some lousy card stock, but why talk of that? The 2 of energy. The 3 of energy, quite possibly a sting. No, I don't know. I didn't read every word in the PDF. I like the sky color and the scene, kinda, but definitely the sky color. Snowball fight. Looks like a snowball fight in China or Japan, possibly. I don't know. And here's a gingerbread house. So, you know, it's Snowland, winter. Oh, look, it's the Abominable Snowman in card 7 of energy. Sure looks like the Abominable Snowman, except for maybe the blue. The Pony Express. Yep, it's got a mailbag on that horse. Didn't see that one coming. There's something on the ground there, but I can't make it out. The 9. Doesn't look like a pleasant scene. The 10 of energy. This is a yak. So this might be Tibet. Based on the skirt that she has on and these flapping flags in the wind, which should have writing on them. I don't see any writing on them. That's a nice card. I like that one. Okay, here we go again. Youth, quester, nurturer, and director of energy. Kind of a ghost at dinner, maybe. Quester. Some Australian? Is that the flag for Australia? I'm going to guess yes. I'm not sure who that person would be. Maybe that's New Zealand. Nah, I don't know my flags. I see it as one little blue ball in space. I don't care about countries. Nurturer, energy. Guess you're not supposed to say that out loud. They'll kick you out. Director. Again, that guy looks familiar, but I can't put a name to that. Okay, what's this suit? This is material, so this would be like pentacles. I guess I could have seen that right away in that ice cream sundae, or what looks like an ice cream sundae. The snowman appears to be wanting that, and something in the cloud is handing it to him. That's a pretty nice cloud. These walrus and a seal are playing with beach balls. I bet that's happened somewhere on the planet. And the Neanderthal are making a snowman, but they have a blueprint to do it. Those are some smart Neanderthal. Okay, I chuckled a little, so that was good. This is definitely somebody from Scrooge. Could be Ebenezer. Or somebody else. Jacob. Look at that. The 5 of Pentacles kind of matches. This would be Jesus in a stained glass window, it looks like, but his hand's coming out of the window. And the guy that's walking by is something is floating up or jumping up. Like a soul or a ghost or a spirit. Ring the bell, get some donations, charity, Christmas-like thing. Not sure what's going on with 7. Some sort of fruit has been iced over, I'm guessing. Whoa. It's a fancy smancy spider web. I see the spider now. 8. But the spider web itself is a snowflake-like pattern in the middle. If you look close, if that shows up. Ooh, an unexpected treat. How about that? There'd be a dragon on card number 9. Woohoo! Okay, it might be too much excitement. Well, I did just have a bath, so I'm feeling pretty squeaky clean. I don't know why I have so much energy after all the running I did. It was so nice outside. I just ran. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the previous 9 cards. That's interesting. Number 10. Look at that. It's almost like that old, what was that stupid show? I haven't seen TV in so long I can't remember. The Hollywood Squares? Is that what it was? See that? That's the previous 9 cards on card number 10. I like this dragon, like an ice dragon. Well, that's unique. I might have to pull that out. So we've been looking at material pentacles. And what looks like a gnome. Chucking some hay around in the barn. Quester, some sort of husky dog maybe. Oh, and a map of where it is. Yeah, I guess that's Alaska. Not sure based on that map. Nurturer. His old way of taking photographs, I think. That's kind of cool. And this is definitely Scrooge, this one. After his, restless night, we'll call it. I don't want to give anything away in the story. What's this last suit is emoting, which would be cups and emotion. I guess looking at the first card kind of gives it away. Here comes a cardinal about to put a cherry on top of that milkshake. And the customer looks like a French snowman. Well, it may not be French just because he's wearing a beret. You don't know French. I know. Now this one's odd. If it's a painting, it's all of a sudden super realistic. At least in the background for some reason. That's interesting. And here's those monkeys in Japan that get their own hot springs to sit around in while a penguin serves them drinks. Are those macaques? I can't remember. Macaws? I don't know. That's a bird. Whatever they are, that's pretty cool. I think I just got through doing that, except it wasn't that cold in there. Oh, here's number 4 of emoting is what appears to be a rework of a Salvador Dali painting. And it has a puffin in it, a security guard, and a snow leopard. And off in the background is another painting I should know but don't know. Thinking, but how often do you get a puffin and a snow leopard together? I really like snow leopards. I'm not sure what 5 has got going, but it's an interesting colors. Yellow, green, pink, yellow. Old and young, looking at a photo album and number 6. Lady trying to decide which snowman knick-knack she wants to buy. Maybe, or just admiring her collection. Can't tell. Here's a snowman on a cruise, which makes absolutely 0 sense. Considering the little kid walking by in the background has a swimsuit on, so it's not like a cold cruise. I think that's supposed to be humorous. And here she is again, or somebody who might resemble the wife of this team, eating way too many cookies from the snowman cookie jar. And here is one of the cards they did talk about in the video. I guess I'll try to remember to link to it in the description below. But there's Ron, Janet, and son, can't remember her name, and a cat. Except in their video, everything is, twisted around like you see in a lot of YouTube videos. Where folks get their settings wrong, or I don't know what's going on with their cameras. I guess it's a smartphone or an iPad, and somehow it's twisted. It's like looking into a mirror. So here are the last 4 cards, the suit of emoting. And I cannot make out what the first one is, other than it's a sprout of something trying to come up through the snow. Here's a snowman looking inside. A rug, a bone, a fire, and a stove. Wanting, but not really, because he'd probably melt and disappear. Nurturer. A mom with 3 babies. Looks a bit too icy for babies. And the last one's the director. He's got a tree and lots of little toys. So I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. I'll let you look at that for a bit, and then we'll swing that around and go back to the card, which really could be a box, I guess. So that was hopefully a quick show of the Snowland deck, which is an Oracle deck, I believe. With that, I will say peace. Well.